Welcome to the council meeting. I hope y'all are having a great Tuesday, and we are going to be looking at some of y'all's theories and voting on them as well. So I'm really excited to get into that. I think for the beginning of our council meeting, we're going to go back a little bit and read the first episode of the story we're building together. That way we can all be kind of refreshed as to what is going on. For anyone who's new here, who has never attended a council meeting before, let's go back at our history a little bit and make sure everyone is prepared to throw in theories, come up with new theories, vote, try to figure out who is hiding the dark secret. So while we wait for other people to join the meeting, maybe some people are running late, I don't know, let's look at a refresher of what's been going on. And I also want to hear about how y'all's Tuesday is going, what you've been up to. Is it the morning? Is it the afternoon where you are? And yeah, so we're gonna hang out for a bit and vote on some interesting theories. And if you want to vote with your own Instagram account, it is on the Toongether Instagram story, or we can vote together as a council. So before we get started looking at the theories and voting and discussing, let's jump into this and do the refresher. Okay, so as some of you may know, the Toongether Academy is open, the doors are open, a lot of new wizarding students, magical students are attending, but there is a secret lurking beneath the waters. All right, so I'm gonna read through this and then we'll start throwing out our theories. Okay, so all around the world, people dream up stories, but most believe they can never bring them to life. Within a secret realm stands a place where stories are shaped and shared. The Toongether Academy, and your first year is about to begin. But not every student knows they are a storyteller yet. Many still wander the world, living ordinary lives, and the headmistress herself seeks them, reaching out to awaken their hidden gift. She has already found hundreds of candidates, and you are probably one of them. But some may yet be tempted by forbidden magic. 3 in particular stand out. There's Livia Vale, she's 16, Marty Silverstone, 15, and Françoise Leclerc, who is also 16. One of the 3 students hides a dark secret, a secret that will lead them to become a dread teller. Which one is it? What have they done? Your detective skills are required. And then that's when we asked you to share your speculations with the headmistress, whisper your theories on the Toongether Discord or Instagram. So what we're going to be doing today is looking at the theories you gave us and discussing whether or not we think they're going to lead somewhere or if they're just a theory. All right, so I see some of y'all in the YouTube chat. We are streaming on Twitch as well if y'all prefer that platform. So yeah, I want us to look at these theories together and really discuss them. So don't be afraid to send some messages in the chat. Let me know what you think, because we need your help. As a council, we need your help in figuring out what is going on. Okay, so let's jump into it. Let's head on over to Instagram, where we're gonna look at some of your theories. All right, so to begin, you provided the theories, now help us vote. Let us know what you think. And some of y'all watching, maybe your theories are going to be featured in our council meeting. So if you see one of your theories, feel free to add into the chat some more information about why you have that theory, if there's anything you left out, if there's anything that you've come to realize since you originally posted your theory. All these opinions are welcome and appreciated. Okay, so this user, I hope that I think I can vote with this account. I may need to switch over accounts. Okay, this person, Ty the Rider, says that it's a prank gone wrong. Do y'all agree? What do y'all think? It looks like maybe I see a mask under the voting, under the poll. So maybe she was wearing, no, maybe her friend was wearing a mask and scared her. And one thing led to another, and now her friend is no longer with us. So this is our first theory. I already see someone in the comments saying they don't believe that. Is there a reason you don't believe that? Do you think it's unlikely? Personally, if a friend scared me and they were wearing a mask and they were trying to, do a prank or something, I don't think my first instinct would be to use a knife. But maybe she was really convincing and really scared. And okay, Rayla says, I think she's hiding powers or something more. So do you think that it was her, that she has a dark secret, but it's just not this? It's not a prank? So you think she has another dark secret? For this one, I'm gonna go with no, personally, because yeah, I just don't think that a prank would end up this way. All right, let's move on to the next. This says, Livia has never considered herself to be a gifted storyteller and so has been secretly stealing others' inner stories through dark magic. All right, yeah, so I'm seeing more people saying that would be a great story, but nope, she's hiding something, but not this. Okay, so y'all do believe she's definitely hiding something, but it's just not that a prank went wrong. This theory already has 100% yes votes. So I think a lot of y'all feel strongly about this. I think that this would be a really interesting secret or twist. So I'm gonna go with yes as well. I feel like it makes sense that dark magic can really stem from envy and jealousy. I feel like that can cook up some evil actions. So I'm gonna go with yes. All right, so yeah, I see some, yeah, well, Benzith, it was your theory, so it makes sense you believe it, but I believe you as well. I think it's a great theory, and I can see it happening. All right, moving on to the next one. Livia comes from a long line of authors and storytellers and is afraid of not living up to expectations. She makes a deal with a shady character to grant her the powers to excel in school, but at a cost. Okay, so somewhat similar to the previous theory. I think this is also a really strong one. But it says that a shady character grants her the powers to excel in school, but at a cost. I wonder what the cost could be. What do y'all think? Like maybe it's almost like, yeah, she is able to make this deal and excels in school, but the cost could be maybe she, yeah, has like a dark side at night that only comes out. Like she turns into an evil, I don't know, spirit at night, something like that. What do y'all think? What could the cost be? Maybe she has to serve this shady character by turning on her fellow students. Maybe the character that she made the deal with is blackmailing her. Let me know what y'all think, but I think this is a strong theory and it would make sense to me. And it would also be very interesting. It would make sense if she made a deal and the cost is that she has to turn on her other students. I think that would be scary. Yeah, someone's saying that the academy is in trouble. Maybe she has to sabotage things. Yeah. Yeah, and she's being forced. Yeah. I think she's definitely being blackmailed. She probably regrets what she did. She probably feels really guilty. But she made the deal. So that's my opinion. All right, moving on. Sounds yeah. She made a pretty bad deal. Okay. This person says, in like all the movies, the least sus ones are the bad people. Plus, she looks manipulative. She does look a bit manipulative. But this person is saying that in all the movies, the least sus ones are the bad people. But I don't think she looks the least suspicious. I think she has a face that is kind of mean looking. So I don't think she's the least sus one. What do y'all think? Yeah, she has like, I'd be scared of her if I was in school with her. Like I would not think she's not suspicious. So personally, I'm going to give this one a no. But it is a good point. But I don't think it applies to her specifically. All right, moving on. This is probably the best one. Here it says, she does look like she's hiding something, but she also looks like a horse rider. And there she is on the horse. Let me know, do y'all think she looks like a horse rider? Personally, I don't see it. Well, now I see it in this panel because she's literally on a horse. But without the horse, I wouldn't say she's a horse rider. But what do y'all think? Maybe I'm missing something. Maybe I haven't seen enough horse riders in my life. Someone's saying, yeehaw, cowgirl on the horse. Yeah. Let me see. This one does, it has, okay, 67% yes, 33% no. Also, I wonder if the academy has like horse riding classes. Let's see. Yeehaw, she doesn't look equestrian. Yeah, I'm gonna agree. She, in this outfit and on a horse, obviously it makes sense. But if you put anyone on a horse, they're gonna look like a horse rider. So I'm gonna give it a no for this one, but I like the thinking out of the box. All right, this says, poor Marty has had a rough go at life until he has promised a gift that will help his family financially at a cost. Okay, see, this is a really great one, and it's kind of like the one we saw earlier where she makes a deal with the shady character, but at a cost. Yeah, so yeah, I am seeing y'all over on Twitch as well. The comments are really funny on Twitch too. Okay, so what do y'all think about this theory? Again, yeah, I really like the idea of making a bad deal because it's rare that people are evil just for the sake of being evil. But if your theory is that they made a bad deal and they're being like blackmailed or something, I think that makes a lot more sense. So I'm liking the deal gone wrong, all that. So what do y'all think? I'm gonna give this one a yes. All right, now here it says haunted by the spirit of his father's victims. That's pretty creative. We have 100% no, but I wouldn't be so quick to say that that's not a reliable theory. I think that this is definitely possible. It's giving like he has a difficult home life. He's gone to the academy to try to escape that, but he can't outrun his family history. All right, I'm reading y'all's comments. Accepting help from evil powers, totally. Yeah. All right, I think we're all liking these past couple theories. And yeah, I'm gonna give this one yes. I think it's definitely possible, and I wouldn't be surprised if that was the case. Yeah, someone said someone always has a dark past. That is true. We all have our demons. All right, moving on to the next. This says he's alone in a room, perhaps plotting how to use his abilities for some evil doing. His gloves hide his hidden ability. All right, so this is something we haven't seen yet about the gloves. I feel like that's a pretty important detail to the character that no one has pointed out so far. Like there's something definitely going on there. I don't know if it's gloves or I think it's just that his hands have some, because here you can see it more closely. I think his hands just have some like scarring and something magical going on there. He's hiding an ability. But I don't know, something in my gut says that he is not a bad guy. It is possible he made a bad deal, he's getting blackmailed, all that, but I don't know, something about him screams innocent to me. But that's just my opinion. What do y'all think? And yeah, not all bad pasts lead to someone turning villain. Like I can see this guy having a difficult past, and that's why his hands are a bit scarred, but he's not a bad guy. Like maybe I'm gonna come up with a theory of my own right on the spot. I think that in his past, he had maybe a difficult upbringing, and for whatever reason, he hurt his hands very badly. But through this pain, he was given a magical power where he can heal people, and that's what the like golden light coming from his hands symbolizes. What do y'all think about that theory? Would you vote yes or no on my theory there? All right. I'm reading y'all's comments, so yeah, okay. Someone said he is hiding something, but I don't think he's bad. Agreed. He is more a hero for me or a coward. Yeah, so a hero or coward, what could it be? One of those. Power Ranger theory. Okay. We're like multiverse. All right. Okay, y'all like my theory. Thanks. You're stroking my ego. All right, let's move on to the next one. Oops. Oh, we already saw that one. Okay, Marty had to steal to provide for his younger sibling. He steals other people's ideas through dark magic. Ooh, okay. I mean, in this panel, he really looks evil, doesn't he? I don't know, it kind of feels like a smear campaign to me. I'm not sure if I'm believing it. I think in my head, I've turned him into a good person, and now I can't think differently. Yeah, I don't see him doing dark magic. I feel like it's like what I said before. Bad past, great guy. He looks kind, also sad. Yeah, agreed. Not with the red eyes there. He doesn't look very kind. But in the other images, yeah. Yeah, now we're biased. It's true, but I guess the council is supposed to be very logical and fact-based, but can any of us ever escape our bias? I don't know. I don't know. Oops. All right, moving on to the next. One of the Dark Tellers gave him his powers. That's why his hands look like this. They want him to disrupt stories. So again, it's with like the bad deals, blackmail. I can see that y'all really like this theory. But I feel like it's because a lot of the stories we see have a similar structure. So I can tell that these are really inspired. All right. I'm so confused. Okay. Reading y'all's comments. All right. Again, maybe this is the case. Maybe someone did give him his powers, but why would his hands look like that? Like here it says one of the Dark Tellers gave him his powers. That's why his hands look like this. But why do his hands look like this? Because in my opinion, they look like that because of his difficult past. And now he has healing powers. But why do y'all think his hands are like that? True, it's not Dark Tellers, it's Dread Tellers. Very good catch. But also I'm ahead of y'all, so I'm waiting for the chat to come through. So that's why if I'm ever like paused, it's because I'm waiting for y'all to respond. But yeah, let me know why y'all think his hands are like that, because I have my theory. So tell me yours. While I wait for you, I'm going to move on to the next one. All right, now we're on Francoise. Let's see. Okay, Francoise is from a family of Dread Tellers. She was sent to infiltrate the academy. Will she obey or rebel? I like this theory. I like the theories that involve someone's family being evil and then they get tested whether they're going to follow that same path or go against the grain. I feel like it's a really interesting theory because it must be difficult to go against your family when it's all you've known your whole life. So this is a really interesting one. And I think that it's possible she has the scar due to her family. And supposedly she doesn't like talking about it. In our Discord, we saw that she said, don't mention the scar. But I think that stems from something that happened maybe with her family. But it says she was sent to infiltrate the academy. So I wonder what they want her to do exactly. What does infiltrating the academy mean? Let me know what y'all think. Like, why would her family send there to infiltrate? Is there some important information hidden at the academy? Is there a person there that they don't like? Do they need to steal something? Whether that be an object or a book? Do they want her to infiltrate to take control of the academy? What could that mean? I'm pretty sure the person who wrote this theory is in the live stream, so let me know elaborate a bit on your theory and let us know, why do you think she was sent to infiltrate? While I wait for you to respond, because the difference in the live, I'm going to move on to the next. All right, this says that her body was offered as a vessel to demon spirits as a child. Oh my God, that's so terrifying. I'm reading y'all's comments. All right, this is a pretty terrifying theory, because I wonder, why would her body be offered to demon spirits? Who would do that to a child? Maybe this goes alongside the evil family thing. Maybe they go together. That's definitely possible. All right, moving on to the next one. She is French. Who believes this theory? Who thinks that Françoise is French? Either she's French, or her parents are obsessed with France and gave her a very French name. Let me know, yes or no. Do we think she's French? She has the baguette, but maybe she's a tourist. All right, and now moving on, it says Françoise has a dark upbringing, again, raised by dread tellers. She has a mission to destroy the academy. Okay, so this is very similar to the other theory. She's been sent to infiltrate the academy, but this one goes a bit more specific, saying her mission is not only to infiltrate the academy, but to destroy it. All right, I'm reading those comments. Hello, James. Welcome to the Magical Council. All right, so if her mission is to infiltrate and destroy the academy, I wonder what their reasoning could be. I mean, a strong one could be that they want to take over the world, and the academy is a source of pure, very like pure and good magic, but powerful magic that could go against their own forces and defeat them. And if they want to take over the world, they have to start with the academy. What do y'all think of that? Maybe it's more complicated. Maybe they have a personal vendetta against the academy. Maybe it's as simple as her dad got bullied at the academy and he just now dislikes it. Like, he's really taking his own personal experiences to the extreme and wants petty revenge. That's another possibility. Someone's saying, oh great, we're doomed. Let's not get too scared too quickly. There's always a solution. But we do need to be careful as we venture forward, and there's no one, we can't be too trusting at this stage, because as we can see, we have some crazy theories, and if they're true, you never know. All right, moving on to the last one. This says, I'm betting that Françoise has information on Marty and Livia. If I can offer her something, she might share it. Okay. That's true. So her secret could be that she's guarding their secret. Maybe they're all working together. Maybe they all know a secret about one another that can be tied together. I don't know. What do y'all think? I do think that Françoise does look like she's hiding a secret, for sure. I can see it. I just don't know whether or not that secret is bad. It's kind of the same with Marty. Like, I can tell he has a past. He's got something going on, but I don't know if it's bad or not. All right, so that is everything with our voting. Thank you for joining me to look at all the theories and vote on them. I think at this stage, we need to come to a final vote and perhaps give Livia, Marty, and Francoise each a final theory. Because at this stage in time, I don't think we're completely sure who it could be, but I do think we need to narrow down each of their dark secrets. So I want us to work together to come up with one theory for each of the characters. So let me know what y'all think. Personally, I think that Marty's secret is, obviously I need to elaborate on this. I don't have all the specifics, but personally I think that Marty's secret is that he has a dark past with his family, which led to his hands being very scarred and damaged. But through magic, his hands somehow overcame this to become a source of healing, which is where the golden light comes from. That's what I have for Marty. What do y'all think? Let me know. All right, reading y'all's comments. What do they want to do to the Toongether Academy? I don't know. I really don't know. All right, so it's not sure she knows them since the academy is not open yet. This says, okay, could explain a bit more about this secret and theories. All right, so if he has healing powers, yeah, I think that he has healing powers. That's what I'm giving Marty. Let me know what y'all think about Livia. I think it's possible. I don't think she's a horse rider, but maybe she has some other secret hidden talent that doesn't involve horses. Maybe we can, you know what? While we're here, let's make this final and put it into writing so that we can have some text documents to go alongside our meeting. So when I feel like Marty has a rough past for sure. Yeah, y'all are really thinking. Okay. First I want to see kind of how, all right, I'm gonna create my own theory, as I said before. And what I'm gonna do is, let's get rid of this real quick. And I think I'm gonna divide up our final theory for Marty into two parts. One of maybe his difficult past, so showing him kind of in anguish. And then on the bottom, I'll put the second part of my theory that now his hands are healing. Okay. So let's put in pain. Sorry, Marty. All right. Oh wow, this is really dramatic. I like this one. Okay. Let's put him here. I'm gonna put up a line to divide. And let's do, no, it's fine. I'm gonna bring that back down and I'm gonna put, oops, him here. Let's copy, duplicate him. And I'm gonna put a part about how his hands are healing. So I think I'm maybe gonna use some effects. What do y'all think? Okay. Now let's just put him as happy, calm, chill, not in anguish. All right, there we go. He's chilling now. He moved out. Maybe he got adopted by a loving family. I don't know. But I see a change in his life. Okay, let's see. All right, I'm gonna put that he had a difficult, whoa, not ugly, upbringing. I don't know how that happened. Bringing, leading to scarred hands. All right. Let's make this a bit smaller. There we go. All right, I'm reading y'all's. He's hiding his pain on the outside, but inside hiding his real pain. Wait, I don't understand your comment. Hold on. Okay, past regret. Wait, what do y'all mean about past regret? Is that what he's hiding? Ah, this is y'all's theories. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I think family issues. Yeah, I don't know what exactly could have happened to him. But again, it's just a theory. We're just touching the surface. I think, yeah, he had a difficult upbringing leading to scarred hands. If anyone has more details they can add to my theory, let me know, and I'll add it to the panel. On the outside, he's happy with a smile, and inside, he has lots of pain and drama. Ooh, okay. Okay. Or, all right, it says, this character seems to have a deep story. Yeah, I think so too. I think that he has a deep story. And I think that kind of like what you said about he's happy with smile on inside, he has lots of pain and drama. I think, in my opinion, based on like the golden light coming from his hands, I think on the inside is a lot of goodness and kindness, but on the outside he has a rough exterior with the scars. Like he looks rough and tough, but on the inside he has a heart of gold. Okay. All right, I'm gonna put, but thanks. I don't know, thanks to magic. I don't know how this happened. Again, I don't know the details, but thanks to magic, his hands, how should I put this? His hands, gained healing powers. And I think I'm gonna add the like heart of gold part too. Yeah, I'm obsessed with all these new characters, and all the poses is amazing. Like, look, this is so cool. It really paints the scene, and you're like, yeah, that guy, anguish. That guy had a tough childhood. Okay. And then I'm gonna add that he has a tough exterior, but a heart of gold. Let's bring him up a little bit, because I want to make sure we can see his hand a bit, because that's important. All right, reading y'all's comments. I got some crazy ideas now when I go on Toongether again. Haha. Have you gotten some inspiration? What are you thinking about? What are you gonna do? Let us in a little bit. Give us a sneak peek of what your new ideas are. Okay, is there anything else I can add to this? Should I add some effects? Why not? Let's do it. Let's see what we have. I think if I put like a glowing light behind him on the bottom part, it'll really show, you know, heart of gold. It'll really drive my point home. So let's find like a glowing orb. Yeah, so James is saying what happened to his hands? Yeah, like what led to the scarring? That's a great question. I don't know if I have the answer to that. I think that maybe his family was very harsh on him. I don't know. What do y'all think? I don't know what exactly happened to his hands. All I know is that his family did it. All right, let's put that behind him. Yes, see, now that he has a yellow aura. He has a healing vibe to him. And I think on the top part, I want to put maybe something in the background to make it look, because right now he's very dramatic and on his knees crying, but in the behind him is like a beautiful blue sky. So I feel like the vibe is maybe not correct. Like it's not matching his pose. So I'm gonna put maybe an object behind him that could be just like, maybe like a dungeon, like a stone wall, and then let our imagination do the rest. Let's see. Well, this is pretty good. Look at that. Would you look at that? I think that looks pretty good, in my opinion. All right. Benson says, it could be a family trait. Like maybe passed on to him. Okay, that's a good idea. But at the same time, I kind of want, I want him to have like a tortured past. So if it's just like he gained scarred hands like due to genetics, then it wouldn't exactly equate tortured past. So I think that maybe his family maybe his parents were evil scientists and used him for experiments. And for some reason that gave his hands scars. Like maybe they were doing, I don't know what the experiments would entail, but for some reason he had to use his hands and it got really scarred. I don't know, maybe we're digging deeper. Maybe that makes sense. Okay, I have this one. Let's reply. All right. And okay, do we have any other theories for these two? For some reason, Marty's backstory just really spoke to me. I don't know if there's anything that's immediately obvious to me for Francoise and for Livia. James saying, wait, you want a backstory for his hands? I mean, it could be an important part of his theory. It's possible. All right, so I think if anyone has any other theories that would make sense for Livia or for Francoise, we can dive into those theories. I'm thinking for Francoise, it's possible that, I think the theory, it's a strong one that she comes from like a family of dread tellers and the infiltration thing. I like this theory. I'm wondering if we can build on it a little bit more. Like perhaps, yeah, I think she's there to find like a secret book that has spells. Like it's a forbidden book hidden away somewhere that has information that could help her family, her cult of dread tellers, take over the world. And I think they've sent her there to infiltrate. And I think the reason she has the scar is because she once defied them and they punished her by giving her the scar. What do we think of that? I'm gonna create this one. I'm gonna try to remember what I just said. All right. I'm gonna try to move this text. There we go. All right. Oops, didn't mean to delete that. Yeah, this is a theory I've said and it seems like it works. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with your theory about she's been sent to infiltrate. I'm gonna go with that one. Let me have a sip of my coffee and then we'll get back to work. All right, let's see. Okay, how do I want to divide this up? Okay, I like to, whenever I create panels, I like to think of the important information and divide that first before I go into the images. So we have, I'm gonna say that she, let's see, but a bit more fire might work at her theory. Yeah, I think, James, you're right. There needs to be a bit more oomph to the theory. But I think this is stage one. I think we're gonna discover a lot more as time goes on. And yeah, Rayla, that's not how everyone does it. Anyone, you do it as you want, but this is what works for me. I'm someone who's very organization oriented, so I like to divide things up before I let the creative juices take over. So, okay, we have her family of dread tellers have sent her to infiltrate the academy to secure an object to help them take over the world. And then we have she once defied them, resulting in her scar. So that could either be two parts. I'm gonna make it three. So first part will be her family of dread tellers have sent her to the academy to infiltrate. Second part will be in order to secure an item, in order to find and steal an item that can help them take over the world. Third part, she once defied them, resulting in the scar that she doesn't like talking about because it would give away her secret. That's why she doesn't like talking about it. Okay. So how do I want to, I'm gonna do, I'm gonna divide it. Okay, Rayla's saying, for me, I start with the story, then make my image so I want using effects and such. Yeah. Yeah, everyone has their own method at creating and designing their stories. And no, nothing is better than the other. It's just whatever works for you. All right, so let's bring that down. All right. I'm glad you're loving these theories, and honestly, all of these have been inspired by the theories that y'all have already given. And it's fun that we're working together and discussing them and voting on them. And the theory that I have now would not have been possible without reading y'all's first. So, okay, let's see here. It's gonna say, let's put her in front there. Her family of dread tellers have sent her to infiltrate the academy. And oops. And yeah, you're saying I love Toongether. I'm so glad you love it. I love it too. And I love doing these live streams or the magic councils with y'all, and talking with y'all and being creative together and coming up with stories, and it's a lot of fun. All right, to find and steal an object that'll help them take over the world. Put that there. And finally, she once defied her family, resulting in the scar as punishment. Poor girl. And then, all right, I want this to be a bit, yeah, I don't want it to be too long because I'm going to put her face here, and I don't want the text to cover her face too much. So I'm going to duplicate her and put her like in pain for the bottom, where it would make sense why she got, where she received her punishment, unfortunately. So let's do that. Let's place it behind. Maybe there's some sort, I'm gonna put like, wait, I'm reading y'all's work or your comments. Maybe that scar is something that all of her family members have and only know to them. So telling anybody about that scar could unveil her identity. Ah, that's a good theory. Have you put that in, have you responded to the shorts with that theory? Because if not, you need to go add that, because that's a really good one. All right, stone floor. I'm gonna put this underneath her there at the bottom, so it's like she's laying on the ground. All right, there we go. And then the middle part, I'm gonna put just like a black color or black square. I always make it more difficult for myself by making these interesting shapes, so then I have to position. I'm really curious, do y'all have any design tips to give to me or anyone else watching the live stream and in the comments? Because I know that a lot of y'all are really amazing at this, and I've learned a lot from reading y'all's stories, but there's always more to learn, and I'm really curious either any tips you have or any strategies or anything you've learned or improved on. Yeah, layering. I really like when people layer with like shadows and stuff like that. That's a good idea for this last one, actually. I'm gonna throw in a shadow underneath her, but it would just be like a black orb. Oops. Let's see, let me go over to, let me just scroll through the effects, or maybe shapes. Yeah, like I can do maybe something. Oh wow, I just deleted it. Okay, hold on. All right, let's put that There, perfect. Now there's a bit of a shadow underneath her, or to the side of her. Okay, so they need to find and steal, oops, I typo. To find and steal an object that'll help them take over the world. What should the object be? I'm just gonna scroll through objects here. Like, it could be as simple as a book with information, or really it could be anything. It could be something with an enchantment. It could be something that makes them powerful. Ooh, this book is cool. You know what? Let's go with a book because this one is so cool and I want to use it. Oh, there's the black fade. There we go. Okay. And there you go. I always proofread before I share it because sometimes when I'm typing really fast, I make mistakes and I don't realize until later. So, her family of dread tailors have sent her to infiltrate the academy to find and steal an object that'll help them. I'm going to put find and steal a book now that. I'm going to put an ancient book. Oops. Oops. Okay. To find and steal an ancient book that'll help them take over the world, she wants to find her family, resulting in the scar as punishment. Let me go like this. All right, what do y'all think? You're saying you always double check before you post too. Yeah. Same, it's an essential habit for me. All right, let's go ahead and respond with this. And last but not least, we have Livia. I think that maybe I'm kind of inspired by the horse one. And I kind of want to do something like silly for her. I don't want to take it too seriously. I think she has, I can kind of understand the horse riding thing now, actually. I think it's the boots. She's wearing the tall boots with her pants tucked in. I think that's where they got the horse thing. So what should her secret be? What if her secret, I don't know, I think it doesn't exactly have to be funny, but just something a bit lighthearted. Like, what if it's not exactly a dark secret, but what if, like, for example, she, at night, she still sleeps with her stuffed animal, and it's a secret, like, like, she brought her stuffed animal to the academy. Someone's saying she's a cowgirl, like I said, from Texas, yeehaw. Fun fact, I'm from Texas, so, and I've ridden a horse like twice, but anyway, that's beside the point. Okay. I'm going to say that she still sleeps with her stuffed animals. So let's find some sleeping poses. And then let's throw in a bed. Let's make that pretty big. Put her there. I'm gonna see if maybe I can put a pillow too many expectations from her family to be perfect. Yeah, that's definitely possible. Like, she's giving me posh vibes. Like, not super nice girl, not evil either, but just not super friendly because she comes from a family that is very harsh. That's definitely possible. And I'm just gonna put like a plain color background because she's in her bedroom, so it's just like a wall. I'm gonna put like a pastel. Let's go with purple. I feel like it's a magical color. All right, I don't wanna hide that's important. Okay. Oh, maybe she sleepwalks. Yeah. Yeah, maybe whenever at night, she sleepwalks and gets into trouble. Let's do both. Let's do the stuffed animal, and she also sleepwalks at night and causes havoc. Like, chaos ensues, like when she sleepwalks. Okay. Let's see, do we have a teddy bear in the items inventory? We definitely do, for sure. Okay. Let's put him there. And let's see. Yeah, she's a troublemaker when she sleepwalks. No one is gonna want to dorm with her. That's why it's such a secret. She doesn't want anyone to know because then no one's gonna want to dorm with her, and then she's gonna have a room alone. And she's also scared of the dark, so she doesn't want to be alone in a dorm either. There you go. Okay. Let me know okay, stuffed animal named Peppers. Okay. I was gonna ask y'all what should the teddy bear be named, but you came to the rescue. Okay. She still sleeps with her teddy bear. Oops. Teddy bear Peppers. All right, reading y'all's comments. And he said she's low-key cool. Yeah, she's quirky. Again, she has that rough exterior but kind interior. She just wants to sleep with her teddy bear, with her Peppers, that's all. Okay. She's saying, if I was in the dorm room, I would tease her so much. That's just me. Oh no. Maybe she would request a new roommate because you would keep teasing her. That doesn't seem like a vulnerability to me. Me neither. I still sleep with a stuffed animal. It's definitely not a vulnerability, but because she comes from such a strict family, they've bullied her about it, and so now she thinks it's something that she needs to keep a secret. And maybe her time at the academy, she's going to learn that other people also sleep with their stuffed teddy bears, and it shouldn't be so shameful, that she shouldn't be ashamed by it. But her family, they're just, they're not very nice. Okay. Let's see. At night, she sleepwalks, causing all sorts of havoc and chaos. All right. I'm guilty on all charges about that too, yeah. Okay, Peppers is cute. I agree. The little yellow bow matches her hair. And they have the same brown eyes, so they go well together. Okay, she still sleeps with her teddy bear Peppers. At night, she sleepwalks, causing all sorts. Okay. And there we go. Okay, James is asking, so is this the start of the story or what? No, it is not the start of the story. Basically, one of these three characters have a dark secret that we must discover. So those are my theories about what that dark secret could be. And we'll just have to wait and see what the truth is. Magic could bring Peppers to life. That would be, one second, that would be quite a funny turn of events. All right, so one second, everyone. There we go. A little bit of technical difficulties, but it's okay. Yeah, so as I was saying, James, are you familiar with Toongether and what we had been working on? Because if not, you should go check it out. Basically, we are going to be writing a story together as a community and discovering the new Toongether Academy, its lore, its secrets, its characters, and this week it has all started, so we're just getting started on all of it. And Rayla says nice wallpaper. Thank you. That's another thing. I created multiple wallpapers for my phone with Toongether, so it's like another way you can use the app. And so yeah, I have this one because it's magical themed, so I like to use this one whenever we're creating any sort of stories that are fantasy or magic themed. All right, so that is, hello Luna the Golden Child. I'm sorry you just got here, but that is the end of our council meeting. I had a lot of fun discussing the theories with y'all, trying to figure out what the secrets are, diving into the characters' pasts, present, and possible future. And I hope y'all had as much as fun as I did. And we'll just have to wait and see what else happens, what is going to happen at the Academy. So I will let y'all go for today, and I will see you back on Thursday where we discuss a bit more and explore the Academy. So I hope y'all have a great rest of your Tuesday, and I will see y'all later. Bye.